Now let us discuss about breadth first search, that is BFS in artificial intelligence. First let us see some important points on the breadth first search. BFS is the simplest searching technique out of all the available techniques. BFS comes under uninformed or blind searching technique. Uninformed search technique means no domain knowledge. So domain knowledge is not needed. No heuristic function. Heuristic functions are not needed. Whereas in informed search technique, domain knowledge is needed as well as heuristic function is needed. So uninformed search technique doesn't uses any additional information about the goal state. So just that information is needed, okay? Just that graph information is needed. There is no need to have any extra domain knowledge, or there is no need to calculate heuristic functions, okay? BFS is a blind searching technique. So blind searching technique means BFS blindly explores the nodes of the tree or graph level by level, level by level, level by level, without worrying about which path, may produces the best solution. Next, BFS uses shallowest node. Shallowest node means the nodes which are closer to the root node. So in this example, A is the root node, whereas BCD are the successors of A. So BCD are closest nodes to the A. So with the help of the shallowest node, easily we can compute the goal node. Next, BFS is complete. That means if there is a solution, then by using BFS, we can find 100% completely that we can produce the goal node. So complete means we can find the goal node 100% completely with the help of the BFS. With the help of the BFS, mainly we can do two things. The first one is we can perform the traversal. So traversal means we can visit all the nodes of the graph completely exactly once, or a start node will be given as well as goal node will be given. So we need to find the path from the start node to the goal node. So we need to find the goal node. So we can do that completely with the help of the BFS. Next point, BFS is optimal. So when we have multiple paths, then BFS will find the minimum path. So in which minimum path we get the goal node in a faster manner. So with minimum number of edges, how to find the best path, that will use the BFS. So we can say that if we have multiple paths, then BFS algorithm will produces the minimum path for the goal node. Next point is BFS uses FIFO, queue data structure, for its implementation. We know that queue works based on first in first out policy, okay? So BFS means what will happen is here it will do the traversing level by level. So node A is stored at level 0. Next, these nodes are at level 1. These nodes are at level 2. These nodes are at level 3. So we can call BFS as level by level traversal. So that means level order traversal. So here what will happen is first level 0 node will be visited. So that means A will be visited. Next, level 0 successors. So that means BCD nodes are visited. Next, level 1 successors. That means EF, GH, IJ. Next, level 3 nodes are visited. So that means these nodes are visited. So here first root node will be visited. That is the node at level 0 will be visited. Next, level 1 nodes will be visited. Level 1 nodes are nothing but the successors of the level 0 nodes will be visited. Next, level 1 successors will be visited. So level 1 successors are nothing but these nodes. So all these nodes will be visited, okay? Next, level 2 successors. That means level 3 nodes will be visited. So let's see the algorithm here. So first we have to select the starting vertex as the root vertex. Here for implementation we are using the queue data structure. We know about queue. So queue means we will have two ends. The end of the queue is called as rear end. So this is nothing but end of the queue. Whereas beginning of the queue is called as front end. We can perform insertion operation from the rear end, from the end of the queue. Whereas we can perform the deletion operation from the beginning of the queue, from the front of the queue. So here what is the first node? A. So first we have to select the first vertex as the root vertex and insert that vertex into the queue. So for insertion we are using the rear end. So first insert this vertex into the queue, and after that delete the vertex from the queue and enqueue and insert the adjacent vertices of the deleted vertex into the queue. So here what is the first vertex? A is the first vertex. So after that do the deletion operation. We know that deletion will be performed from the front end. So A will be deleted from the queue. So that means A will be traversed. And what are the adjacent vertices of A? B, C, D are the adjacent vertices of A. So now insert those vertices into the queue. So insertion will be performed from the rear end. So B, C, D will be inserted. Next to do the deletion operation. Deletion will be performed from the front end. So what is the beginning of the queue? B. So delete B from the queue and display it. And what are the adjacent vertices of B? EF are the adjacent vertices. So insert EF into the queue. Next, delete a vertex from the queue. So here what is the vertex? At the front we have C. So delete C from the queue and display it. And what are the adjacent vertices of C? The adjacent vertices of C are G and H. Adjacent vertices of C are G and H. Next, delete a vertex from the queue and display it. And what are the adjacent vertices of D? I, J. So enqueue those vertices into the queue. So this D is deleted. Next, E. So delete this vertex from the queue, or you can write the strike off E. So delete E from the queue and insert the adjacent vertices of E into the queue. So adjacent vertices of E are K and L. K and L. So this E is deleted. Next, delete the vertex from the queue, that is F. What are the adjacent vertices of F? M and N. M and N. Next, F is deleted. Next, delete this vertex G from the queue. Next, there are no adjacent vertices of G. So there is no need to do the insertion operation. Next, H, no adjacent vertices. I, no adjacent vertices. Next, J. Next, K, L, M. So if N is the goal node, then we have to determine the shortest path from the starting node to the goal node. Okay, from the starting node to the goal node, we have to find the shortest path. So that is our aim here. And one more aim is, by using BFS, we can traverse all the nodes of the graph exactly once. So here all the nodes of the graph are traversing only once. We can call this as graph or tree also. Okay. So in this way we can do the BFS. Next point is, the time complexity of the BFS is big O of B power D. So here B means balancing factor. So B means balancing factor. So balancing factor means the number of children does a parent has. So if you take A, so A has 3 children. So the balance factor for A is 3. If you consider B, the balance factor for B is 2. Why? Because B has 2 children. So that is balance factor B power D. So D is nothing but depth. So what is the maximum depth of this tree? So what is the maximum depth? 3. So 3 is the maximum depth. So if we consider node A, then what is the time complexity? What is the time complexity? Node A has 3 children. So 3 power, what is the balance factor here? 3 power, D means depth. So here what is the depth? 3. 3 power 3. So 3 power 3 means 27. So maximum 27 comparisons are needed in order to do the traversal. Next, let us see the applications. So where we can use the BFS algorithm. We can use BFS algorithm in order to find the shortest path. So we need to traverse to the from source to the goal node. So for that we need to determine the shortest path from the source to the goal node. And the remaining applications are social networks. In social networks also we can use BFS. Next, web crawling, machine learning. So in all the technologies we can use the BFS algorithm. So this is about BFS in artificial intelligence. In the next video we will discuss about depth first search, DFS in artificial intelligence. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, as well as share the channel with your friends. Thanks for watching.